Hello everybody and welcome to this week's podcast, YouTube show, whatever you want to call it, with me, Kate Ray, One Day Mystic. So I didn't do last week because I was super busy. What an July, August I'm having. There is so many things going on astrologically this week. It's unreal. It's such a good week, so don't even know where to start. So last week I actually was away and I was going to do the recording on the Sunday, but I ended up going to goat yoga. I had a business meeting in the morning with the Boss Lady group. It was a new group of networking, which was really cool, and totally want me to get into buying property, not just being a Feng Shui, but buying property. Love that. Anyhow, that's coming later. But yeah, I went to goat yoga. What an experience. And it was good fun. We've been wanting to do it for a little while after seeing it. So this summer, this year, I was like, we're doing things on our bucket list. So there's a bit of a list going. The other thing that was on my list was to go on a riverboat, which I did when I was 15, 14 with my family. So I wanted to take my family there. So we ended up booking it. Where did we go? Norbury Wharf this last week. And it was amazing. And we had no Wi-Fi, so that was nice. I did read a couple of books, and it was just lovely, just being on the water, on the river, totally surrounded by nature, feeding the ducks every day, and you can't go fast on a boat. I could walk faster, and it was just lovely spending time with Mr. Flower, with Ollie. My eldest didn't come because he's just come back from Bali and Magaluf, so he was working, catching up on his work, so it was the three of us, and it was great. Nice little breaks. I'd highly recommend a river cruise on a longboat if you've not been. And when you're away, it kind of gets you thinking, doesn't it? It kind of gets you thinking like, oh, you know, what got this headspace for a change. And it was great because we didn't have any Wi-Fi. So I did read a couple of books, and what was so interesting, one of them was on money manifesting. And I'm a big believer in manifesting. And, you know, I spoke about how it works, not just like sending out, I want this, I want that, or writing an affirmation. It has to come from the core and realigning yourself. And the wonderful thing, even though he's 16, he's still quite young, 16, my son, and children don't let things get in the way. Their brain doesn't like confuse things like ours do, or block things, shall I say. Brain doesn't block things like ours do. So I'm reading this money manifesting book. And obviously I'm talking out loud about bits and pieces. So he's picking up some bits. And bearing in mind, he'd already been fed, watered plenty of times, but he is a growing 16-year-old, much taller than me. And he's like, we just had dinner, and he's like, I'm starving. So I was like, well, where we moored up, there was a fish and chip shop. And it was a $5 for a deal. So I was like, well, if you've got your own money, you can go and buy that. He said, yeah, I have. All right then, okay. And then he looks in his bank and he's like, no, actually I've got minus 25p. I was like, oh well, you have to suck it up, won't you? And then within 10 minutes he's come back and said, Mum, I got £5. I was like, how did you manage that? I'm reading this manifesting bit, and I'm on the bit. I literally read on the part in the book that talks about relationships with money and improving money and how to attract money. And he says, I've got £5. Some random person said, if you follow me, I'll give you £5 on either Instagram or Chit Chat, something or other, whatever it's called, not called Chit Chat. So he got £5, and I was like, oh my God, that's really like quick manifestations within 10 minutes of talking to you about it. Anyway, it goes off. I'm feeling a bit chuffed. And then he comes back and he's like, I got £15. I was like, you what? He said, yeah, I bought a deal for £5 and I sold it for £15. And it's something to do with coupons and vouchers on TikTok. I don't know. So within like half an hour, 20 minutes, he'd made £15 from minus 25p. Then, because he was waiting on a refund anyway from Amazon, but it hadn't come in. And that's what he thought he had the £5 from, but it hadn't come in. And then, I don't know, within a couple of hours, that same evening, he was like, oh, I've got 50 odd quid now. Amazon had put the refund in. So I was like, oh my goodness, manifestation works. So now it was a really good introduction to him and a really good way of me being able to talk to him about him, because he's not into what I'm into. Without him going, Mum, it's a load of rubbish. He could see that it works. So he's been trying to do things since we've come home. But the children's mind, or some people's mind, doesn't let that block interfere. I spoke to him about manifesting, how it works, and particularly money, because that's the book I was reading, and he was just open to it, and it just happened, and it didn't, there was no block in the way, there was no oh, I bet this doesn't work, or I've got this issue going on, that issue. So I think sometimes it's really important with manifestations, certain things just aren't meant to be. You know, you can manifest, I don't know, the man of your dreams perhaps, and maybe you're just never going to have that person. Maybe it's just not in your makeup and in your alignment. Or the lottery, maybe it's just not meant for you. So there'll be certain things that no matter what you do, you know, it's not going to work. But there is definitely more things that will work. And when you're in tune with yourself, like, I don't do the lottery because I know I'm not going to win. I just know inside me I'm not going to win. Plus I do my cards regular, and there's never a show of money in the future positions. And when there is, I know it's because of something else. So I don't do the lottery. So I just know that I'm not going to win that. So when you're in tune with yourself, and I'm not bothered about that either, because I'm making my money elsewhere. When you attune yourself to yourself, your manifestations will be in alignment. You won't be manifesting things that aren't going to come true to you. So that's why, you know, if I was to manifest the lottery, there'd be no point, because I don't even do it. So it's been real, but I do think that children particularly just don't have that blocks that we have. So I have a little plan, and he now has a plan, because I've been able to talk to him more openly about it. About, you know, when we talk, I'm going to talk about the money because that's what I was talking about seeing money everywhere, being grateful for money everywhere. Now, we were meant to be going at the weekend to the races. We were going to go to Goodwood races, and I was talking to Karen at work about this money manifestation and how to appreciate money when you've got it, how to see it, it's everywhere. And it literally is everywhere. I find coins all over the place, have done for years, and I've got specific meanings for specific coins. And it absolutely works. But it's also recognising what money brings you. So not just like seeing coins or notes, but knowing, like, you know, because of money, I've been able to buy my laptop in matching colours, that allows me to do all this fabulous work. Because of money, I was able to get this beautiful rose wallpaper. So it's recognising and being grateful for what money can bring you if we're looking at money. So I was talking to Karen about it, and then we were going to get tickets for Goodwood, and we went on the site, and they were £50. When we looked last week, they were £50 or £55, which was, we were like, okay, let's do it. And then when we looked, we were like, oh, there was a different enclosure, and it was £25. So we were like, oh, let's go for that. So I said to her, look, that's what we need to be grateful. We've just made, or saved rather, £25 each. And normally we would have just like been, oh, bargain, and moved on. So we really recognised that. Anyway, we got all dressed up to go, and it was, well, both of our fault, but mostly mine, for not really getting on it. And we finished work at 2 that day. 1, 2, something like that, 2 I think, and the train was at 3 o'clock to go to Goodwood, and people were going past really early, all dressed up, and then I just suddenly said to her, I wonder what time the last race is, because it actually said it finished at 8 o'clock, and I looked, and it was like 5 to 5. Wow, if we'd have got there at 3, got the train at 3, we wouldn't have even got to Goodwood till 4. We literally would have seen maybe 1.5 races. So all dressed up, we were like, obviously we're not meant to go, we're not going, let's go back and sit in my back garden and get the vodka out instead. So that's what we did. So I was like, look, we've just saved ourselves £25. Again, maybe this is the universe, because I've got a little plan coming up. I'm not going to share it, but I've got a money plan. So I'm like, oh, this is going to be cool towards that. So sometimes oversharing loses your power, by the way. So we go back to my house and we're all dressed up and we sit in the garden and we're having our vodka and lemonade, and I said, you know what, we can still look at the bets. So we're doing the bets, not putting any money on, we're doing the bets. Honestly, every single horse that we would have picked, we would have lost. So we would have lost all our money, we would have got there super late, missed all the races, and we'd have lost all our money as well. So we were feeling quite chuffed with that. And then, so we were talking about the manifestation things, changing your mindset, seeing what comes around you, seeing the good of things, gratitude, and being more aware of it, because that's the thing with money manifesting, is being more aware of what you've got around you, how you've got that, being more appreciative of the little things, waking up to, like, even if it's just a penny on the street, like taking, the universe is giving you signs all the time, and you could just walk past that penny, but if you pick it up, find a penny, pick it up all day long, you'll have good luck. If you want that penny, what's the saying? Pass that penny to a friend and your luck will never end. So even if you give it to a friend, put it in a charity box, acknowledge the coins, don't just walk past them. Look at the signs around you, because they are there. They are absolutely, I'm just seeing 11. They are there absolutely all the time. And it can come in many shapes and many forms. But manifesting money seems to be the topic for the minute. So have a look around you about just little things. I found a £5 in my denim jacket. And I thought, oh, bonus, you just feel good. Even if it was £1, you just feel good, don't you, for it. Now, this week we have ultimate Lion's Gate manifestation. So if you really want to get going with things, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. We know that the southeast area of your home is money. So absolutely do some affirmations and pyrite. I bought a beautiful piece of pyrite yesterday at the fairy festival. And do some manifestations and connect it to the southeast if you're looking at money. Talking about the fairy festival. So that was Friday. No, that weren't. That was Saturday. Friday I went to karaoke for a friend's birthday. So Saturday, totally killed Queen. Saturday, yes, we ended up randomly. So we're in the garden drinking the vodka with our hats on and our pretty dresses. And I went on Facebook, I was looking for something particular, and it came up Cream. Now, if you don't know about Cream and raving, then who are you? So, 90s, huge, Tall Paul, Sip Fontaine, Danny Rampling, huge DJs were around, and we found it. And it was only in Southampton, and talk about coincidences. I love how things come together. So we didn't go to the races, we sat in the garden. Cole has a dem in Southampton. I flicked through and I'm like, Karen, there's a rave. It's in Southampton. It started at 4 o'clock, goes on to 11. That's our sort of time. Cole's got work in Southampton. So off we went. Quick change, trainers, floaty dress, because we knew it was going to get hot. Got in a car with Cole, zoomed off to Southampton, engine rooms, having it large all night. Oh my goodness, it was absolutely amazing. Now, the tickets did cost us 25 quid. So although we'd saved £25 on the racing, we spent £25. But we did save a lot on the betting, most definitely. And I only drank one bottle of water. £3.50 mine for a bottle of water. But I was appreciative of it because it was so damn hot in there. And I could fill it up for free. So that was cool. What a night. How brilliant. We were definitely meant to be there. It was just, although we were killing our bodies, like the moving and it's proper bang, bang, bang music. It was amazing. So, quick turnaround for that evening. Random, last minute. I love those things. And then yesterday we were up super early with both broken bodies. Coming up, Bets. Coming up. Coming in, darling. Coming up. No. Oh, it's up to you. We were broken bodies, but we went to Glastonbury. We went to the Three Wishes Fairy Festival that Karen Kay puts on. Oh, it was so pretty. Everybody, all fairies. The amount of people that dress up. It was amazing to see them. They've probably got like really boring day jobs maybe. And just to see people have a space to be able to dress up in their fantasies and it was lovely, and some beautiful costumes that we saw. Nice day to have a catch up with my mum. My mum came, my friends came, saw Karen Kay as well, and it was a lovely day together. It did rain a little bit, but we got over that. Had umbrellas, and I had some pink glittery welly boots, so I was all fine for that, and a lovely dress. It's all about the outfits this weekend. And then I literally slept until 8:30 this morning. From probably about 10, I went straight through. I was exhausted, but it was a fabulous weekend. And change of events occurred that we went with it, made the best out of things, and better things happen. And that's the thing with gratitude and making the most out of what you've got, good, bad, ugly. If you see it in a different light, if you turn things around, you project that type of energy, and that type of energy is what you're going to come in around. We could have sat and really moaned that we missed the good wood, but instead we decided, we had a choice. We were like, should we go to the gym and bash it out at the gym and do a really hardcore session and then go to the spa, or it's Saturday night, should we just go and grab a bottle of vodka? And that's what we chose. And we were absolutely fine in the garden. Absolutely, it was beautiful, it was sunny, we had the stereo out there, we had the music going. And then, the turn of events was really cool. So you can look at life in many ways, but if you look at it in positive ways and release that block that a lot of adults get, particularly some children get it, unfortunately, with anxieties, but let's simplify our minds, because it doesn't have to be that hard. Life doesn't have to be that hard. And as we talk about that, we're moving into the full moon in Aquarius this week on Saturday, with the Lion's Gate on Saturday as well. Now, the full moon in Aquarius is about visions, futuristic things. It's about thinking outside the box. Aquarian energy is a little bit different. It's ruled by the planet Uranus. Uranus is the rebel of the planets, and Uranus can be spontaneous. We've actually got Uranus in Gemini for the next 8 years, I think. So communication, AI, networking, it's all going to start to change right in front of our eyes, how we communicate, AI particularly. But Aquarian energy is futuristic, is visionary, it is like the bigger picture there. And it's about doing things in your own lane. It's not a sheep, Aquarian energy. It's not necessarily a leader even. It's just we please ourselves in Aquarian energy. And we recognise that if that don't work, it's all right, we'll just do our own thing. So the full moon in Aquarius this week will be about recognising what's in your lane, what's right for you, and perhaps people that aren't really either supporting you or in your lane, they could be just, dispersing at the wayside there. There may be some new opportunities that show up light to you from these situations that close there. And certainly big plans. You could be really recognising the bigger picture with the full moon and seeing like, oh, I get it now. 1818. Oh, I get it now. So it's going to be quite exciting, but certainly breakthroughs and I would say even scientific ways of thinking there come in with Aquarius. Different ways are coming in for Aquarius, but most definitely your own thoughts, your own visions. So let's have a little look. I'm going to the gym later and I've not washed my hair from the Manky weekend, so bear with me if you're watching it and not listening. It is what it is, but because I'm going to the gym I didn't bother washing it. So we have Aquarian energy first before we go into the fabulous Lion's Gate. Now, Aquarians are ruled by the swords in tarot. So we have the Ace of Swords, which is connected to all the air signs, which is clarity, breakthroughs, new ways of thinking, visions, insights, cutting. Page of Swords, new ideas, smart thinking. So it's all about this intellect. We have Aquarius is ruled by the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is intellectual, could be a lawyer, could be nearly said somewhere else, a consultant, could be a or therapist, counsellor of some kind. He's here to help. He's here to use his mind to think outside the box. He's a bit detached. He's not emotionally connected, the Aquarius King of Swords. So he can give you a logic opinion. He can help through things because he hasn't got that emotional connection. We have the Seven of Swords, Moon in Aquarius. Think smart. Think before you act. Don't think that you're going to be outsmarting everyone. Don't be deluded with things. Be smart in what you do. The Moon in Aquarius part in the Seven of Swords is sometimes we need to be one step ahead of the game, forward thinking. So it's all about our mind. Six of Swords, Mercury in Aquarius. We are moving into calmer waters with this card, but in our mental state, in our mind state, we're having to trust the process. We're having to trust the bigger picture. The Mercury, the intellect, our thought process, our mind's communication there. We're having to see things differently to go from one stage to another. And then the Five of Swords, which is Venus in Aquarius. That push me, pull me. Venus is the planet of love and passion and romantic and beauty, harmony. Aquarians are detached, logical. They don't feel with their heart, they feel with their head. So we've got this battle going on, or we want to be in a relationship, but actually we want our independence. I want to be with that person 24/7, but I want to do my own thing. So there's a battle that goes on with Venus in Aquarius. The Star card rules Aquarius. The everything falling into place, literally alignment of the stars, the visionary, the bigger picture, and the hope and humanitarian side of Aquarians, the logical side, the individual side, the feeling comfortable in your own skin. You are what you are, and we're proud about it there. But also being positive and hopeful and optimistic. That's very Aquarian energy. Uranus is the planet that rules Aquarius. So we have the Fool with Uranus, the leap of faith, the taking a chance, the adventure, going alone. Aquarians aren't bothered about being in packs or being with people. They can be loners, but not lonely. They like their own company. They like solitary, but they do like to just go off and wander. So that Uranus, and sometimes it can be spontaneous, that Uranus energy comes in with the Fool. So, beautiful cards this week. Even with the Seven of Swords, it's just saying think outside the box. But certainly with the Star and the Fool there, it is this new beginning, this new alignment that comes in. Now, let's have... Oh, just before I move on, I would have a look in your chart, if you know your chart, at where Aquarius sits. What house does Aquarius sit in? Because that's going to tell you what area you may have this bigger picture or this new way of thinking coming from. For example, if it's in your first house, if you've got Aquarius in your first house, you're likely to be a quirky dresser. You're likely to be a little bit out there, a little bit unusual in the way that your appearance is. And you may find that you've got things going on with your appearance this week. If it's in your money, if it's in your second house, it's going to be to do with the way you use money. So you could find that you do different things with money. Maybe crypto, maybe investments, that are a bit secret or a bit hidden, just a bit different there. So depending on what house it sits in, revelations or changes could come up in that area. But I'm super excited for Lionsgate. Now, I want to get this right, so I just made a note of exactly what it is. Lionsgate is the portal of portals, of manifestation of manifestation. It's the 8th of the 8th, which we have on Saturday. So Lionsgate is a mystical period in astrology and a historical gate in Mycenae. I can't pronounce that. And the Lionsgate portal, astrological event, is a time when the Earth, the stars Sirius and Orion align, creating an energetic doorway that is believed to enhance manifestation and spiritual growth. The Lionsgate, as an ancient structure, is the main entrance, symbolising power and protection. Now, Lionsgate, so it is to do with the alignment of the Earth and the star and the Orion's belt, and it forms a star shape in the sky that brings it about a portal. It's when it's closest to Earth now, when it brings a portal that opens manifestations. there will be tons of things online to do with Lionsgate. If I get my act together, I will do a Lionsgate meditation. I have done one. It could be on my YouTube channel from last year, so it may be there already, and if it is, I will find it, because that would save me having to repeat it, right? But this is the week. Now, we are still in Mercury retrograde, so it's funny because Lionsgate, manifestation, all about new energy, but we've still got that tad of Mercury retrograde until the 11th, so you still want to be a bit cautious. And the 8th is the Lionsgate portal, like the biggest. It's kind of going from July the 28th to August the 12th, I think, so just after Mercury retrograde, but the 8th of the 8th is the height of it. So manifestation is big, but I would do the action of it after the 11th, because you don't, well, it's not that you don't want to make mistakes, you don't want to make mistakes, you want to be precise. So I would really think carefully, because of that Mercury retrograde aspect, really think carefully about what it is that you're manifesting, you know. And like what I said before, like, are you manifesting something that really isn't going to be there for you? Is it a waste of a spell for you? So think about, is it, you know, are you really going to manifest the lottery if you don't do it? That type of thing. Are you really going to manifest flying to the moon if you don't like heights? So just be realistic, I would say, in your manifestations this year particularly. The more realistic they are, the more likely they're going to come in. That said, anything is possible. Contradict myself. Anything is possible, but be in alignment with yourself. So the portal for manifestation, this is a very important time to write your affirmations, certainly to clear the east area in your home, because the east area represents your new beginnings, and we want this beautiful new beginning energy. So not east, west area, because I'm back to front in my room. West area is your new beginning, so you certainly want to look at that and put maybe some affirmations there, or if you want maybe to activate it, you could put a bell or a singing bowl around that area, or a wind chime, something like that around that area, to activate this new energy that we're coming on with. So really think about what it is that you want to manifest. This year is a big manifesting year. Although it's the year of the snake, which is shedding, it's actually shedding things to bring in better things for us. So this shedding, and next year we'll see why we had to shed so much. If things have been really tough for you, there will be a reason. So trust the process, try not to fight it there. Now, Lionsgate energy, these cards would be excellent in the west area. Obviously the strength card, because it's the lion, represents Leo's energy. Certainly the sun, because the sun rules Leo. Sun is to do with success, happiness, celebrations, new energy, and most definitely the magician, the ultimate manifester card there. So these cards will really align in the west area, or on your altars. Tiger's eye would be great, citrine would be great, and any other manifestation or cards, crystals that you feel drawn to, that's going to bring in that beautiful energy. So yeah, sit in that power of Lionsgate. There will be so much going on this week about that, and allow the energies to create, allow your mind to expand. Because of the visionary aspect of Aquarius, the thinking outside the box, your mind can really expand here. You can really get in touch with your soul, really feel where you want that alignment. Now, Aquarian energy, full moon in Aquarius, because it is to do with the intellect and thinking, I quite like Aquarian energy in the north east area, because that's our idea area there. So you might want to make sure that you just give that area a bit of a tweak, a bit of a change, and a clear up, and a bit of a dust over and a declutter there. And perhaps, you know, look at something new to educate yourself. Look at something that might be a bit far out there, or a piece of clothing that might be a bit far out, but you just love it there. So do something that's like a bit wacky, but we're not going to care this weekend what people think. We're just going to do us. And that empowerment is what we're going to take forward there. So, beautiful, beautiful week. What have I got planned this week? I am websiting. It's so close to being finished. I knew it would take forever. And it's because of the resources that I'm doing. I've added so many new resources so people can get all these beautiful downloads. So excited. Another week to go. I'm going to try and launch it on the 11th of August, just because that's when Mercury retrograde comes out. However, I do have to go away again next week. I've got a family emergency. So I'll be in Bristol for a few days. So we'll see if it gets launched then. If not, it's going to have to be when I get back a week or so later, before the next Mercury retrograde. I'm not doing it in Mercury retrograde. I've just sent out an email on my newsletter for the next psychic development course. It's gone bananas. I'm pretty sure that we're going to be full now. I had about 7 people reach out from that one email. So yes, if you are interested in joining our psychic development class, get in touch ASAP. You're going to miss the boat otherwise. However, I am going to be putting on a few more courses, and one of them will be an online psychic development course from September, and one of them will also be a tarot course. I'm not sure if this is going to be face-to-face or online. I might just see what the interest is, but it's over a weekend. It's going to be a weekend wonder tarot blast. So and then from that you can join my tarot groupies, which we meet once a month, meeting this Wednesday for a Q&A and to explore more on the tarot there. And I'm just finishing off a beautiful new tarot workbook, which is just going to be the nuts. So if tarot's your thing and you're wanting to learn that, then you've got a chance for, it's going to be like 3 o'clock on a Saturday and 3 till 5 on a Saturday, and then we're going to carry it on 10 till 4 on the Sunday. Get that in. We've also got the psychic cruise. Now the first lot of seats have sold out, first lot of cabins are sold out. So again, if you want to come on our psychic cruise in September to October, then go to psychiccruises.co.uk, see the deets there. Another course that I was putting on, and I'm forgetting it now. Oh, I am doing a talk in Feng Shui. I am doing that. So join up to the newsletter. Once the website's live though, you'll see all the different events coming in. So let's just have a random today. Let's just have a random card. We feel in Aquarian energy, building up to that full moon randomness. That stopped. Let's go for that one. I thought it was Aquarius, but it wasn't. I got excited, then didn't. 9, no, 8. 8's still an 8. Still 8. 8 is manifestation. 8 of swords. So 8 is this particular card. Get rid of it, Kate. This particular card is about thinking outside the box. That's where I was going. My head was getting there before me. Thinking outside the box. This card says, where there's a will, there's a way. You might feel stuck. You might feel trapped. Remember what I said at the beginning. It's all about how we think. It's all about our mindset. And if we think differently, we can be differently. So thinking outside the box is going to allow you to expand. It's going to allow you to see things differently and to master situations. So although you might feel stuck and think, I can't do this, I can't do that. Yes, you can. Just need to think a little bit different, and then you'll be able to see that you can create and do what it is that you really want to do. So it's all about our thinking this week. It's all about how we choose to accept things, how we choose to do things, and what we want to do about it. Oh, we're super powerful this week. Have a beautiful week, everybody. I do have some spaces for readings, maybe Friday, but you can get in touch on katemay.co.uk or just leave a comment and I'll check out some dates for you if you would like a reading. Have a great week, and I will see you next week after we've come through Lion's Gate. How exciting.